Hi, welcome to Outdoor Food Network, and I'm Rory, your chef for the day. We're in this beautiful area of Colorado. We got the Aspens in the background. They're starting to change for fall. It's gonna start burning red, look like wildfire a little bit. And let's jump right into it. So today we're gonna be making a easy, very simple meal you can have around a campfire or a grill. Like today we're gonna be using a portable grill, but you can also use a campfire with some tin foil if you want. What it's gonna include is it's gonna have green beans, red potatoes, onions, and chicken sausage, because I'm a chicken, bok bok. No, really, you can use pork or any type of sausage you really want to use. So yeah, first thing you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to either make a fire, if you're doing it by fire, because that'd be your first thing, because we're gonna light it. That's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna turn this on high heat, and we're gonna get out a pan from my handy kitchen down here. Then we're gonna have to get out some ingredients out of our refrigerator over here. While that's running, and we're gonna get out and start out with the red potato, which is this right here. These two. Hopefully this doesn't slide off and go somewhere. We'll use our handy dandy faucet here. Usually you'd have one in the kitchen, but I guess you could use a river, but we're just gonna wash out the potato with our Crystal Geyser, not a sponsor. We'll wash off the other one too. Real quick, over here out of the way. Don't need a cutting board, you can just use a knife if you want. So I'm just gonna use my pocket knife here, and we're gonna chop this up into some nice chunks, as you'd say. So we'll use this little knob. It'll be a special little, someone will get a special little potato here. And we'll toss that in the pan. And there's no right or wrong way to be doing this chunking. You can just, whatever looks good to you, how big or small you want it. You got teeth, you can make it smaller. So this meal serves four. So I believe you need a pound of red potato. And then, so I'll set down the knife, get out these tongs, and we'll just start stirring this up a little bit so nothing gets too stuck. I'm gonna just toss in, go back into my kitchen here. We're gonna toss in some oil. I like to use California Olive Ranch. I'm from California. So we'll just stir that in a little bit with the potatoes, so you know they don't stick too bad. Hear that sizzle? That's a real good sizzle right there. Maybe turn it down a little bit. I think I'm at I got extra high heat, I guess. We're gonna whip out the onion, and we're gonna get rid of this outside layer, because I wanna make sure you're not getting any of that nasty pesticides in you while you're eating it. And we're just gonna chop this up. I'm gonna cut this in half. You don't need the full onion, like this. Have that little cut in the middle. Makes it a little easier to cut off. And you just kind of work your way around, pull it out, dump it in there. And then, look at that, we got some onion now in there. We're gonna stir this up again, get those onions mixed up in there with the oil and the potatoes. The potatoes are already getting a little glistening brown on them. Look at all this aspens and all that. We got the, oh man, look at the winds taking the, this is just beautiful. I just love it out here. I love the outdoors. We'll set that right there. All right, we're gonna come back over here to the kitchen. We're gonna whip out our green beans. You do need to trim the green beans, but you see you have to trim off this. So you'd trim off this. You could just use your fingers like this. Trim that off, and we'll just break them in half, and they just spill on the ground. But dirt don't hurt, because God made dirt. We're just gonna set these here while I do this so I don't spill anymore. There's at least some in the food. We at least have some to eat. I'd suggest washing these off probably, but we're just gonna cook anyways. Because just like dirt don't hurt, store don't hurt either, unless it's COVID. Haha, COVID jokes. We live in the year of COVID, lifetime of COVID. So probably should have prepped these a little bit better, so we're not having to cut these here. But as I said, this isn't a professional cooking show. This is we're outside cooking. Yeah. So what I'm going to be using, you can just add salt and pepper. Salt and pepper works, but I decided I'm going to add chili powder. The recipe that I'm following doesn't really call for it, but I just decided that it would be good to just do salt and pepper, and because I wanted a little bit more spice, the sausage I'm using is spicy mango with jalapeno. So I just figured adding some chili powder would help out the potatoes and everything else in it. And I think this is pretty good. Yeah. And we'll leave the recipe in the description down below, just letting you know. So we're gonna add our handy dandy water faucet. We're gonna toss some water on there. Make sure it doesn't burn, you know. Make sure nothing's, ooh, that's hot. That's real hot. Get that little steam going. Don't wanna lose that guy. Ooh, yeah, it's getting real nice caramelizing. It looks real good. So yeah, let's start adding the sausage now, our final ingredient. Other than the butter and the seasonings I'm gonna add at the very end. And I'm using Adele's, Adele's? I don't know, I like this sausage, it's chicken. I'm not a big fan of pork. This is a good one. This will get back into the refrigerator of ours. So we're just gonna cut these up right here with the knife. This is the easier part of cutting because it's just nice and long. So we're just gonna cut these. Oh, look at that, they got like little pieces of mango in there. That's delicious. Oh yeah, this is gonna look real good. I'm excited about this. I think this will be great. So this final sausage, and then we're just gonna add the ingredients and we'll finish cooking it and we'll be good to go. So we're gonna toss a little bit more water on here just to make sure we're not burning too much. We'll get back our tongs, stir it up a little bit, get everything mixed in. Ooh, that's hot. Who would have thought you could just do this out in nature too? Bringing it back to the old days. I mean, a little different. We got a propane out here, not a camp stove, but you can make this as a camp stove, I'm sure. And I'm just gonna use, the instructions will be down below, but I'm just gonna guess on this. I do have some cooking skills. All I know how to do is add salt and pepper, so I don't know how much other than that. It's about like a tablespoon or a teaspoon or something like that. Some people are really, I'm not the biggest salt person. I think it takes away from the flavor as much. My friends make fun of me for that. That's fine. And then we're gonna come down here and get our chili powder, which still needs to have the protective lid taken off of it. I think just a little tiny bit. This won't be in the instructions, but I think this will be good. I think this will be a nice little touch to it. We're gonna stir this back up. Oh yeah, it's a little, you know, got a few little black parts, but you know, a little burnt part kind of adds a little flavoring. It's not completely burnt. Ooh, that one's a little burnt, but we'll be all good. We don't have to eat that one, you know. We're just gonna do a little tiny drizzle. We're gonna turn this down a little bit more. There we go, just a little, you know, a little drizzle. Get it in there. Stir this up one more time. Stir it up nice and good. Oh yeah. And with that, I think we're ready to go. It looks pretty darn good. We're gonna turn this off. All right. Hear that sizzle? Here, I'll get down nice and low to it. You hear that? It's a nice little sizzle. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good sizzle. We'll get out a plate with some utensils. Let me make sure this isn't gonna melt the plastic. No, we're good over there. Ooh, you guys ready for the nice slow motion pour shot here? Ooh, that's a little too hot. We're not gonna do that. We're just gonna pick it up here and toss it on the plate here. Oh yeah. Get some sausage in there. Yeah, we're looking good. Oh yeah. You know, you could add, maybe you could have some corn on the cob, throw that in some foil or something, throw that in the fire, or, you know, I don't know, something else you might desire with this. Something else, but no, I think that looks really good. I think with this is more like 3 servings, or at least with my portion size. Probably is 4 servings with regular portion size. We're gonna move this off of here, move it over here. But I think that's looking good. What do you think? Let's give it a try. We'll see if I like my own cooking. It's probably really hot, but we'll give it a whirl. We'll try a green bean. I didn't trim that one off. Talking about trimming green beans, and I fault myself for it. Maybe a little longer on the green beans. Maybe start out with those first. I think they need to be a little softer. They're crunchy. I kind of like the crunchy green bean though. Potato now. A good potato. Now it's just come to me, Rory, just eating food now in front of you, but I would definitely say, personally for me, the fact that this is the first time I ever did this, I'm not a professional chef, definitely want to add some more seasoning if you can. If you got like some type of seasoning you think. I think the sausage is really good. Maybe if I added a little bit more water to it, I think it'd do really well also, just because it'd get all the seasoning everywhere. And I think it's just, maybe got trapped, maybe a little bit more stirring, maybe a bigger pan, you know. Come on, you got to think about serving size here. But with that, I think that's a meal right there. Perfect for camping, car camping, any type of camping you're doing, or any type of outdoor adventure. You need to make a quick little meal. It took about 20 minutes. About that. Probably a little longer if you wanted more, I guess, softer green beans. But with that, I think this is actually a really good meal, and I really appreciate you guys watching the show and enjoying the outdoors while cooking. So we'll see you next time on the Outdoor Food Network. Bye!